What's up, everyone? It's your girl Shay here. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back to my channel if you have been here before. As you can see by the title of today's video, I am talking about 5 anime movies that I think every anime fan should watch. I decided to do this video because I came across an article that talked about essential anime movies that every anime fan should watch, so I decided to come up with my own list. Maybe I'll do several parts to this. I know I say that a lot for some of my videos, but I only chose 5 for this one, so let me know if you guys want me to do an additional one because I have seen other anime movies. But here is what I have on my list. I have it listed on my phone right here. And so, yeah, let's get started. The first one I have on this list is Akira. I watched this movie fairly late into my journey of me watching anime. I didn't watch this until I was in like my early to mid 20s was when I finally watched this movie. And I absolutely loved it. I understood the hype around it because this is a movie that so many people have said has been not life-changing, but it's just been such a good movie because of just how it was shot, how it was had such mature themes in it, and just how it kind of kept people going from beginning to end. And I absolutely have to agree. So I definitely watch Akira. I think it is a movie that should be watched. It is on the older side, but a lot of older animes and a lot of older anime movies are just that good, and they kind of revolutionized a lot of the anime and a lot of the anime movies that we now watch today. The second one I have on this list is Spirited Away. I had to put a Studio Ghibli film on here, and Spirited Away is definitely one of my favorites. I had heard a lot of hype about this movie years ago, and I love Studio Ghibli movies in the first place. My other favorite is also Kiki's Delivery Service, but I didn't watch Spirited Away until I was in college. I happened to catch it on TV, and I remember watching it before class, and I was just blown away. I was blown away by the themes. I was blown away by everything in the movie. I was just blown away by it. If you haven't watched it, it's about a girl named Chihiro who pretty much is moving to a new school. She doesn't want to go. Her parents and her come across this tunnel, and they decide to walk through it, and they're in this world, and her parents start to eat the food there and they turn into pigs. So Chihiro tries to find a way that she can save her parents. And so she ends up working at an inn, and this inn serves pretty much spirits. And so it's just about how Chihiro is trying to, have the innkeeper give her parents back to her. And it comes across this boy named Haku, and he also has a history with the same innkeeper regarding it was regarding his name and all this other stuff, and the world is just beautifully drawn. So much colors, such great comedy, but also just a heartwarming story at the end. So highly recommend it. Third one is Your Name. I remember watching this movie in theaters, and I was this close to crying by the end of it. Basically, Your Name is about a boy and a girl who are swapping places, and they don't realize or don't understand why. And then it ends up there's like a catastrophe about to happen where the girl lives. So it's like a race against time, and it's like these two kids who don't really know who each other are, but are having to live each other's lives in certain instances. And it's just so high stakes, but also just so heartwarming to watch also. And I just loved it. And I think the guy who made this movie was an apprentice under Miyazaki, which explains why the movie has such great themes and such great colors, and just artistically is just done so well. So I highly recommend it. The next one is Suzume. Now this one actually did make me cry, ugly cry. I remember watching this in theaters, and I absolutely loved it. About a girl named Suzume. I think she's lives in a small town, or she's moving and things like that. She goes on these adventures with this guy who turns into a chair, and it's all these doors, and there's just a deeper meaning to it because she's lost her memory about something that happened to her as a kid that was pretty kind of traumatic, and they just go on this journey to try and save the world. Pretty much the world is going through these different, I want to say earthquakes or what's happening. I can't entirely remember, but I just do remember that by the end of it, I was so emotional because you get to what the traumatic experience is that happened to her, and kind of her confidence or her feelings. Just it was something about her, and I just remember feeling it so deeply in the movie theater that I was crying. And this is also, I think, by the same director, same person who did Your Name. And I think the stories are all interconnected, because he has a second one that he also did, which wasn't my favorite, but there's a second one that he also did, and I think these three are interconnected because some of the characters from the other movies show up in this one, I believe. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. And the last one I have on this list is Summer Wars. Now, the reason why I put Summer Wars on here is because as someone who's a huge fan of Digimon and the Digimon movie, Summer Wars reminds me of that. Basically, it's about a family, and basically there's something going on with the internet, and it's all intergalactic, not intergalactic, but it's something going on the internet, and while they're there, it's like something is attacking, you know, bases online, and it has to do with the internet. And I love this movie because it just reminded me of the Digimon movie, just a more recent like just a more recent version. But I feel like people should watch it because it does have this sense of family, because they're at their grandmother's house and it's all the cousins and stuff like that. I think one of the boys, he's like just a friend, so that's why he's there. And her uncle is there, and her uncle's kind of like a black sheep slash a little bit of a loner. And it's just the whole thing about family and coming together and family all being there for each other. But then you also have the dealings of grief also as well. So it was just a lot, and I think for me the reason why I really enjoyed it too was because of the grandmother character that's there, because the grandmother character greatly reminded me of my own grandparents, and my grandparents have since passed away, so it greatly reminded me of them. So it made me really emotional watching it and just watching the love that this family has for each other, but also the greater grand scheme of what was happening throughout the course of the movie that was like kind of high stakes, but also dealt so much with the digital age and being on the internet and stuff like that. And I just really enjoyed it. And so I think these are movies that anime fans should definitely watch. Not for sure where you can find all these movies. I think some of them might be on Crunchyroll, some might be on Netflix, and some might be on Amazon Prime, so just feel free to take a look for yourself. But yeah, I think these are anime movies that every anime fan should watch. But what do you guys think? What are anime movies that you think every anime fan should watch or check out, or at least read the synopsis of? Comment down below your answers. Let me know if you also would like me to do a second part to this one, because like I said, I've seen quite a few anime movies over the years. So yeah, definitely let me know. Let me know if you want me to count down like my top like Miyazaki films, because for a while I used to do watch a Studio Ghibli movie every week. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I have links down below to all my social media accounts. I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, which I don't really post on there. I have a Threads, I also have a Blue Sky, and I think I also already said I have a TikTok. But yeah, anyway, check me out on any of those social media sites. And like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy, and in today's day and age, stay healthy, and of course, please stay safe. All right, you guys, bye.